Greetings, everybody. I am Kristen Gilbert. I'm one of your professors for this course. I'm sorry for the lateness of this welcome video, but the course has been evolving even as we speak. So I won't be teaching the course alone because there's a high volume of students. You'll notice there's about 35 of you in this course, so Dean Kelly here is going to step in and we're going to do this together. It'll be a lot of fun. Please call me Kristen, those of you who've had me before. Know that that's my preference, and if you haven't watched my introductory video, I apologize for my appearance. I know I look under the weather. I am a little bit under the weather, but I want to make sure that those of you who are new understand my expectations and how the course works. Those of you who have had me before, you're probably pretty familiar with how it goes. So this is the book. I think most of you have ordered it based on emails I've been getting, instructional supervision. I know some people said that they couldn't find the 3rd edition. You can get the 4th edition, that's okay. This book was given to me, and so we're going with the 3rd edition to save money. It's less expensive for you too. What to know about this course? I am on the home page, specifically here at announcements, because I want you to know that I always start every module with, oops, don't do that, with an announcement here. And I'm sure Dean Kelly here and I will start with something, whether it's an announcement or a video or something of the like. So make sure when you go to the home page, we've got a new look for D2L, right? And you're on supervision and evaluation, that you'll see your content here, and you scroll down, there's your announcements. There's information in the calendar over here, but I want to be really clear that the course outline is what I want you to make sure you check, because not everything is listed as a due date. What I've said on if you go to the course library, those of you who have had me before know I prefer to go in up here. I just got on one of my last evaluations that there's too many ways to access things in the course, and it was confusing. That's not up to me. I wish I could change it for you so there was one route you would learn, but I actually like the different routes, and that's up to D2L. So yeah, you could access it down here, but I like to go up here to content because it gives me the entire page of content to focus on rather than just that little square. So if you go to the course library over here, you'll see that we have lots of the materials that you need in my classes. Typically in the course library, you've got your syllabus and your course outline, writing assistance, discussion post expectations. Thank you, Sherry Darden, for getting me to post those there. But if you click on the course outline here, we might get interrupted. What it'll bring up is you'll see right here that unless otherwise specified, let's move me out of the way. Unless otherwise specified, assignments are due at the close of each module. So make sure some modules are longer than others based on, depending on what you have going on. Actually, let's see. In this course, they're pretty much week to week. Okay. So they're week to week. In the residencies, they're longer. But please just double check to make sure here and in the class content. And it is true that it's easier to update, the content online than it is this paper and keep uploading it and hope that you'll go back to the paper and see that it's changed. So I always tell my students to make sure that they go to the home and look at the announcements for any changes. Make sure when you go to content, you look at checklists. I provide checklists to make sure that you know what you need to do. Let's go to, for example, Module 1. You'll see that every module has a checklist. You click on it. It's not necessarily in order of what you need to do, but I try to keep it in somewhat of an order, okay? And everything you need should be in D2L. So back to the book just for a second. I'm not giving you quizzes on the book like I did in school law or anything like that, but it is worth the read, and you will have to have it for your key assessment. You will be able, if you don't read, you won't be able to cite from this book for your discussion posts. And yes, you need to know APA. And so make sure you skim through this. It's not a dense book. It's really easy to read, and I particularly like Chapter 5. Gives a lot of examples of how you might observe a classroom beyond TEKS that could be helpful to the teacher. So I think it's a simple book, but a helpful book. Excuse me. Okay, so I know some of you, this is the last time, hopefully, well, there'll be one more semester, but we have some people who are on a 24 credit track sheet and some on a 21 credit track sheet and some on an 18 credit track sheet. Those of you who are on 18, I'd be silent about your happiness about it. But the ones on 24, I'm particularly concerned about you because you have 3 courses right now. And with residency, that's a lot of work. So I also don't want to dumb down this course when some people only have this course and that's all they're doing, right? And I say dumb down, I don't want to take down the rigor. As I said in my announcement, I think you'll see it's a rigorous course that tries to be mindful of your full lives that you lead. So the reason I'm saying this is we all have to be flexible. If you are in one of those higher credit loads and are taking more courses, of course, reach out to me and see if I can be flexible with a due date. I'm also asking for your flexibility in that, as I said, Dean Kelly here will be joining us soon, and he is going to look through the course, and I am guessing we're going to meet and talk about what are the ways we would do this together. I'm really basically piloting and adjusting a course that previously existed, and I'm sure he'll have ideas on how he might want to pilot and adjust it as well. So be flexible. Remember, the professors have the right to change the outline in the syllabus as we go along. One thing we can't change is the key assessment. You will have a key assessment that will be due, and there's lots of directions on that. So I guess the only thing left that I want to tell you is that I think my students tell me I'm very available, and I try to be available. Email me. I always return an email within 24 hours. Give me 24 hours. If I haven't returned it within 24 hours, you might think, I wonder if she's sick or in the schools. Give me 48 hours, and if I haven't returned it somewhere in that second day, email me and just remind me, hey, did you see my email? Sometimes it does slip away. You can text me because I don't have an office phone. So my phone number is 207-877-4261. It's on the syllabus. Or maybe it isn't. I think it is. 774-261. But don't text me. I don't know if I hope you can see this. Don't text me before 8 a.m. I know you're in schools before 8 a.m., but I want some quiet time. That's my writing time. And after 9 p.m., yes, I'm an old lady. I go to bed early. Okay, so I really appreciate that. On Saturdays, if you give me a little bit of a reprieve too, Saturdays and Sundays, try to be respectful, maybe after 9 or 10 a.m. So you're welcome to text me. My students who text me, they will tell you that I'm very responsive in that format, and that I do not get frustrated at all with text. I will say, however, that if there's something you can find in the course, look in the course. And that brings me to this last point here for the course, excuse me, discussions. Here's muddiest points. What I want you to do is when you have a question, first ask your colleagues, right? Hey, did you guys, I'm confused. Are we supposed to do X or are we supposed to do Y? Post it there. Don't email me first. Somebody in your colleague, one of your colleagues knows, and they're online at 1 a.m. I'm not. Right? And so whoever sees that question first, jump in and respond. And also read through the muddiest points. Please clarify. Read through those before you actually post again, because sometimes we have people posting 2 or 3 times the same question. So read. We're training you to be administrators. One of the things that we're training you to do is be resourceful. Okay? Be resourceful. So make sure that you use the resources you have out there, which are your colleagues. Plus, we want to create that community. It's really isolating to be completely online, which is why I think these videos are helpful. Another point I just want to make is when you're doing your discussion post, please make sure that you are using professional language. We don't use slang words. We don't call people peeps, right? I mean, that's fun in the discussion of the introduction post, but we want to practice our professional and scholarly language here. All right. I am excited to hear what Dean Kelly here is going to add. Excited to see his video posts if he makes one, or maybe we'll record one together for next module. But I think you have everything from me. Oh, when you submit your assignments, please put your name on them, like K. Gilbert Key Assessment _ Key Assessment. Oh, for those of you who don't have your Chalk and Wire, there's information online. Make sure you purchase Chalk and Wire. And those of you who are a little bit still confused about D2L, that was another course eval from school law. There wasn't any support for D2L. That's not me. The D2L, there's all sorts of student tutorials that you can go to. Just go to the AU website, put in student tutorials for D2L, and there's hours and hours. You could just take a course in D2L. So please don't hesitate to reach out. Remember, stay flexible. Reach out to me if you need some flexibility. I can't promise that I'll give it to you. There are some things that are set in stone, but I will certainly try. And I look forward to working with you and with Dean Kelly here and seeing what this course is going to become.